NBA records Dennis Rodman has broken over his career. One of the most unique NBA players ever, Rodman could affect a game without scoring. He was not someone you had to worry about dropping 20 on you, but he was almost impossible to box out. Rodman was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame in 2011. He's a 5-time champion and a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year winner. He had a lot of entertaining on-court antics and fights with other players that are memorable NBA moments. As always, if you have any player records suggestions, let me know who I should look at. Shout out to Viscovit, I think that's how you say it, for the suggestion. So let's go through some records that Rodman owns, once owned, or broke over his 14-year NBA career. In the 1994-1995 season, Dennis Rodman's last season with the San Antonio Spurs, he broke the single-season total rebounding rate. Rodman grabbed 29% of all available rebounds while he was on the floor. No other player has ever gotten to 27% rebounding rate. Here's the top leaders of all time. Reggie Evans is in second place with 26%. That was in his one season with the Brooklyn Nets squad that had KG, Pierce, Darren Williams, and Joe Johnson. And the rest of the top 5 belongs to Rodman. And if you check the top 10 players for all-time rebounding rate, Rodman also has 6th and 7th place for other seasons. Andre Drummond and DeAndre Jordan close out the top 10. Rodman broke this record from Moses Malone. Malone had a 23% total rebounding rate in the 1976-1977 season. Let's go into record number 2. Dennis Rodman has the record for consecutive seasons, leading the league in overall rebounding with 7. He led the league from 1991-1992 season when he was on the Pistons to the 1997-1998 season, his last year with the Chicago Bulls. Rodman averaged 16.7 rebounds over that span of 7 years. In that 1991-1992 season with the Pistons, he averaged 18.7 rebounds per game, which is the highest rebounding per game mark ever since 1975. Obviously, if you go before that, Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain have all of those spots in the top 10 rebounding per game. And if you go down further, Russell and Wilt have the top 18 spots locked up between them. That was just to give you some perspective. If you don't include those two guys, Russell and Wilt have all those rebounding records locked up. At 6'7", 225 pounds, it is amazing that he was able to dominate the glass consistently against centers of the 90s. You also have to credit him staying healthy and never having to take a time off from playing, because injuries are unpredictable and happen all the time in the NBA. Dennis Rodman once owned the record for seasons leading the league in defensive rebounding with 3. He led the league in defensive rebounding in the 1991-1992 season with the Pistons. He did it in 93 with the Spurs and in 98 with the Bulls. The record was eventually broken by Kevin Garnett in 2006. He has 5 seasons leading in the defensive rebounding category, and then Dwight Howard would eventually break Garnett's record and has 6 seasons leading the league in defensive rebounding. DeAndre Jordan recently tied Rodman's old record. This record is actually a tied record, and I had to include it for 2 reasons. One, he actually tied this record twice. Dennis Rodman tied Elvin Hayes' 11 offensive rebounds in an NBA Finals game twice in the 1996 NBA Finals against Seattle. He tied it in Game 2 and in the Game 6 championship win. The second reason I wanted to talk about this tied record was because on one of the final plays in Game 2, Rodman had 11 offensive rebounds at this point, and Scottie Pippen is shooting free throws. The ball deflects off of Jordan and Rodman grabs the ball, then the refs call a jump ball. That should have been his 12th offensive rebound of the game, and he should have the record, but all of the 1996 NBA Finals Game 2 box scores I check, it says he has 11 offensive rebounds, and these next 2 records are one he owns on his own. Dennis Rodman is the oldest player to lead the league in rebounding. He did it in his last season with the Chicago Bulls in 1998. He was 36 years old. In his third to last season and final championship season with the Bulls, Rodman grabbed 1,201 rebounds, which was 200 more than rookie Tim Duncan and Dikembe Mutombo. I like this record a lot. It really displays his dominance even at the end of his athletic peak, standing at 6'7". Let's go into our final record of the video. So in the first record I talked about, it was for Rodman's single season total rebounding rate. This one is about his career rebounding rate, and Rodman has the record for that. He is number 1 all time in career rebounding rate. Rodman grabbed 23% of all available rebounds when he was on the floor. Number 2 through 4, you have Reggie Evans, Dwight, and DeAndre. The bottom 5 of the top 10 is Moses Malone, Kevin Love, Larry Smith, Marcus Camby, and Dikembe Mutombo. And that is NBA records. Dennis Rodman, aka The Worm, has broken over his NBA career, one of the greatest rebounders and defenders to ever step on an NBA court. He ranks 19th all time in total rebounds. Even though he was only 6'7", Rodman knew how every shot from all angles was going to bounce off the rim and where he had to be to grab it. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a like, it helps my channel grow. And if there's any player records I should look at next, let me know. I have a playlist for all the record videos I have done, so go check that out if you have missed any of the previous ones. I'll see you guys in my next video.